Tyler here. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry I missed my Wednesday video slot. I apologize. I really do. Remember, I'm not an Android expert. It's my hobby. I just like this stuff, and I like helping out whenever I can. And also, I'd like to put a shout out to somebody that's been helping me lately, apparently, with some of the questions I've had. So, Legendary 2003, thanks for backing me up on a few questions that came in. So, I really do appreciate that. Okay, so on to the other thing we wanted to do here was we want to talk about the Acer tablet here, and it's a little bit older. I wanted to go a little bit backwards today, a little bit old school. It's the Iconia A100, and it's got honeycomb and or ice cream sandwich. I think it's got to kind of upgrade to that, but anyhow, this is just in my pile, and I really like it. It's got the Tegra 2 chip, 1 gig DDR2, NVIDIA, of course, NVIDIA CPU along with the Tegra 2. Which I had the Nexus on here a couple days ago, which had the Tegra 3, and it had 32 gig on board. Now this one's got internal storage, so you can go up to 32. That's all the further you can go on it. But I like to go backwards sometimes because some of the features on some of the other OSs for Android are, you know, kind of neat. Sometimes I miss some of the old features, and sometimes I'm always happy to see the new features. And if you see a little bit of screen flickering from the tablet, I apologize too. But you know, everybody's got their own little thing. Some people like to go backwards too because sometimes a program or an app doesn't work like it used to, and that's almost the same as if you had a regular computer or whatever. Sometimes you have to use a compatibility, and I don't think they have a compatibility thing yet for tablets, but you know, sometimes a game will work and then it's just like, well, I gotta have honeycomb, or there's a problem. So people go backwards because they didn't like, let's say they didn't like, a lot of people got the Lollipop update for their Note tablets, and they didn't like the way it worked. So, I mean, I can understand that, but anyhow, I just want to apologize. I was doing some things last night, and I worked overtime at my job, and I got home and I fell asleep. I fell asleep forever, and I woke up, and then I did some other things, and I realized, you know what, it was Wednesday, and I haven't missed any videos. Well, I had the flu one night, and I had a small video, but anyhow, let's get back to this tablet real quick. Of course, you know it's got Wi-Fi, dual speakers, micro, HDMI out, which a lot of people love HDMI out. Also, it's got up to 4 hours of battery life. I agree with that because I have been playing around with it off and on the last couple of days, and about 4 or 5 hours. Playing games, of course, you know, any games, it's going to drain a little bit faster. So, anyhow, Bluetooth 2.1 EDR and 5 megapixel rear, so that's pretty cool. Of course, Acer always sticks in a couple of cool things. 2 megapixel front, G sensor, E compass, and L sensor, gyrometer. You know, there's your basics, but like I said, I like to go backwards sometimes, and you know, this is what happens when you go backwards. You get into the old stuff. I didn't put any games or anything on because I wanted to, but once again I got a little bit busy. But you know, the A100 has been a good tablet. When I first had it, I think I had an A100 once before in the past, and I liked it because it had the Tegra in it, the Tegra chip, because you could play the Tegra games, quite a few of them. Now, some of them aren't supported on this one anymore, since, of course, like anything else, you move up and some stuff isn't supported anymore, but a few small things that I did play on it were fine. So, and you know, and I didn't add any of my Google stuff onto it either because I wasn't sure. You know what? I'm going to talk about some old school, which I don't know if I can call this old school yet. Can I? Maybe. I'm going to call it old school because it's back all the way to the old OS that was on it. So, and of course you can watch your HD, and screen on the Acers are always great. They're really good quality. I like my Asus Memo Pad has an amazing screen on it, and I'm bragging about that quite a bit lately. I like my Nexus. The Nexus is pretty cool, but it was onboard 32 gig storage memory, and I don't like that. I like to be able to expand and that way you have room to modify the tablets too. You need that extra space and storage, like the take an SD card off and on if you want to. If you're really good at all the like the XDA and modding, you can just run it through your laptop or whatever. But I like using flash cards, that way you can put stuff on there. But anyhow, this is the Acer A100. It's a step backwards. You know, I like, since I'm on a Thursday already, I guess this will be since I missed Wednesday, could be my flashback Thursday instead of when it is. But anyhow, I gave you a few of the specs, and this is a good tablet. You can find these at different places. You can find one, pick it up if you get it pretty cheap. Tegra 2 is worth it. The Tegra 2 is still pretty new, and the support of the games and everything for it are great. And it does eat away the battery life a little more, I think, but and overall, and it's got a gig of DDR2, which is pretty high gig of RAM for a tablet, which is kind of high for that for starting out too. This is like, you know, if you're a few years old now, I can't remember exactly the year, but I would say it. You know, it's been. It came out in 2011. Yeah, I think it was around 10 or 11 that the A100 came out, and you know, that wasn't, I guess, too long ago. I was at 11, 12 anyway. Almost 4 years old now, so I guess consider that. But Honeycomb's on it, and Honeycomb was very well accepted by a lot of people. Still really do like Honeycomb, just like some people really like XP yet on computers. So I can argue with any of that. Whatever makes you happy, just use it. So anyhow, there's a flashback Thursday instead of Wednesday. So please like, please subscribe, and thanks for checking out the video. We went backwards a little bit, and I enjoy looking at some of the older tablets because it makes me think about where we are now and where we're going. So, and until Saturday's video, and we're almost getting closer to 1,000 subscribers too. Please hang in there and have a great rest of the week, and I will see you Saturday.